Okay. Hello. I don't know exactly what's going to come out in the cards, but please note that this isn't going to be 110% for everybody who's here. If you want to take a deep breath with me, you can take a deep breath with me. 1, 2, 3. Hold it, and then let it go. Okay. So, I've already pulled some oracle cards. We already have some oracle coming out. We have wings and gold. Wings says you never needed those wings to fly. And then gold says you don't need someone else to fix you. And generally I'm getting the energy of someone who has how do I say this? This is someone who has seen a lot of success through leaning on the support of others. And that's not a bad thing. I want to make it clear that that's not like a negative thing. But you're coming to a place where you're realizing you're at a place where you're realizing that you didn't need all of that to get to where you are. Obviously, because of the way time works, you use that stuff to get to where you are, but it was a crutch, more or less. 11:11 on the clock as I say this. I don't usually play music while I'm doing this, but I do have music playing in my ear, so it's actually kind of distracting. Okay, so I do want to pull into this energy. I feel like there's something coming to an end, most likely a relationship, is what I feel. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Don't mind me. But yeah, something's coming to an end with the Ten of Swords coming out. And I actually find this Ten of Swords to be kind of interesting because most of the time, the Ten of Swords is very violent. Like, it shows the swords going through, going through the individual's body. But in this card, maybe because it's a cutesy sort of deck, the swords are just around the sword. And if that means anything, oh, I love when that happens. We have the Fool coming out. And so it's that message of with any ending comes a new beginning, or the opportunity for a new beginning. That's this sort of energy. I have Sabrina Carpenter playing in my ear now. That one line. No one's talking about that one line now. That part. I heard that you're an actor, so act like a stand-up guy. Whatever devil's inside you, don't let him out tonight. It's a pretty song. If it's what she wants, I'm glad that she's getting that spotlight because she's very talented. What's happening with this? I'm gonna pull from his other deck. Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you, don't embarrass me, motherfucker. She did her thing with that. Okay, what's with the Ten of Swords? Oh. Okay. So, for clarification, for the Ten of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Also, I feel like I say this every time I use this deck because I've been using this deck more. I don't really love this deck because of the way that the Minor Arcana is. Like, I feel like it's kind of a lazy way to go about the cards, but I've never made my own deck, so what am I talking about? Anyways, we have the Ten of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, and it's this energy of heartbreak is one thing, my ego's. I love the background vocals too, like, I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away. Okay. This is why I don't usually listen to music. At least not in my ear. Like, I used to, if you remember, if any of you have watched from when I would, like, live stream on TikTok and I would, like, have music playing, like, that, I think that's a different vibe, because then, like, everybody can hear it and, like, there's messages and stuff. But when it's in my ear, I'm kind of distracted because I just want to vibe out. Please. Okay, I'm sorry. Focus. Some of you might need the reminder to, like, focus, to, like, you know, and there's gonna be different things for different people, but, like, generally just, like, refocus. It's this energy of someone who has been feeling very burnt out. It's actually kind of like a paradox. It's like, you feel like you're doing too much, but you also feel like you're not doing enough, like you're not enough. And I feel like it's linked to whatever person is connected to this gold card. You don't need someone else to fix you. It's like there's somebody in your life that, once again, makes you feel like you're not enough, but at the same time, like, you're doing too much. You know? Oh my god, that's a phrase. I heard somebody said that phrase to me a while ago. Doing too much but not enough, or something like that. And I was, like, blown away by that phrase. And it's that sort of energy. It's like you're putting out all this energy, you're giving all this effort, right? But for whatever reason, they make you feel like you're not doing enough. And that's not a good place to be at. And hence why the Ten of Swords is even here, because it's an opportunity for this to end and for you to move into a new adventure, a new relationship, a new situation. Okay, I guess we're just slamming doors this morning. Also, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but as I'm recording, it is Father's Day, and I had holidays. I'm going to pull some clarification cards for what we have. Also, if you need to know, Pretty Please by Dua Lipa is playing in my ear. Because Please, Please, Please made me think of that. And I remember that was a bop. This whole album was a bop. And I miss ya, and I need your love. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, which is actually really nice energy, because the Ten of Pentacles, we have 3 tens, by the way, if that means anything to you. 10, 10, 10. No Ben 10. The Ten of Pentacles is basically about generational wealth, you know, being at the, I don't want to say peak, I want to say peak for some reason, at the peak of wealth, you know, just having all of your financial needs met, basically. The Eight of Wands is really just about movement, about, like, moving towards something or away from something. And I pulled it for clarification for the Six of Wands, which the Six of Wands is about victory and success. And, like, if I were to dissect this card, number 8, wings, you never needed those wings to fly. Like I said in the beginning, it's like you're realizing that something that you've used, something that you've brought along with you on your path has been kind of a crutch. It's kind of pushed you to forget that you don't, and this is an out there example, but it's made you forget that you don't need those physical wings to fly. Like, obviously, we can't fly as humans, but metaphorically, you didn't need the wings to fly, but you've been using them because it feels comfortable, it feels familiar. Hope that is resonating for who that needs to resonate for, because it's going to be different things for different people. For some of you, it's like a really specific example is like using auto-tune. Like if you're a musician, using auto-tune in your music is like a similar sort of vibe. Like you didn't need that, but you felt like you needed it to be successful. And you're realizing that's not really true. We have 2 knights coming out. We have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Hangman, and then Strength. And this is actually a really empowering message. I like this message. You're kind of feeling like at a standstill for the most part. You're feeling like things aren't moving the way that you'd like them to. And once again, it's helping you to realize just how powerful you are, just how capable you are. But I do see this need to go back to the Ten of Swords and remind you of the importance of letting go, which sounds like such an abstract concept on the surface, which it is, but like there are books on this. There's been books written about letting go, and like if I were to use my own words, it's basically about leaving things where they are. Now, for my creators, it's necessary to like turn that into something else, but generally just leaving things where they are. You know, memories, people, jobs. I know a few weeks ago, I had a job, and I was actually starting to really enjoy it, and it was like ripped from me. It was like, we have to let you go. This isn't working. And I was like genuinely so like heartbroken. And mind you, I'm gonna say, like, for context, I wasn't making that much money. Like I was a server, so I was like making my own tips, and like I also felt like the manager was giving me a hard time. So like there were different factors where it's like, is it really that hard to let go? But there was a big part of me that really enjoyed it, and so I had to like consciously let it go. I had to be like, okay, this was fun, this was nice. And I guess we could argue that I didn't need to let go. I could have like fought harder for it, and like there could be an energy for some of you there where it's like the subject isn't letting go, but learning how to like fight harder for what it is that you want, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a lifestyle. Like, also the song playing right now is Love Again by Dua Lipa. That song, I used that song at some point to manifest a new love, like dead ass. Anyways, yeah, there's this energy of like fighting for what you want with the Strength card here. Also, I think the Strength card in this deck looks a lot like the Magician because there's an infinity sign on his head, and I believe in the original tarot there is an infinity sign over the Magician's head or somewhere on the table. But I digress. There might also be the infinity for the Strength card, because, you know, an 8 is technically an infinity sign. 444 on the clock, if that means anything, I guess. Got me in love again. in love again. Okay, if that's how you feel, I guess. I can't believe I finally found someone. Oh my god, you know what's amazing? The synchronicity. Because the Emperor, if you didn't know, is Aries energy. Aries is the first zodiac sign, number 1. And in my ear, she was like, I can't believe I finally found someone. And then this was the card that like flipped out of the deck just now. I love when that happens. Because I was like a moment. Yeah, I do see somebody coming in for you. I'm not saying this is like your forever person, but it could be for some of you. But for those of you that it's not, it's definitely somebody that could like really help you out, for the lack of a better phrase. Someone who can really shift your perspective. But I also want to like add the caveat of like, whenever we are in relationships with people, whenever we are like connected with people, whether it be friendships or like whatever, it's necessary that you remember, how do I say this? I want to say this in the best way because I don't want to sound all crazy, but like everything is a reflection. You know, everything is a reflection of what you have internally. And one thing that I've heard people say that I really resonate with is like, you don't miss the person, you miss the way that they made you feel. And like essentially that feeling came from you. Like it's a reflection, you know? And also Now If It Matters, the song that's playing is Cool by Dua Lipa, because now apparently the whole album's gonna play. But yeah, no, like that feeling came from you. Like you missed the feeling that you reflected onto them, you know? And we could dissect that, we could talk about that, you know, the semantics or whatever. But like generally, it's you. Like you don't need anyone else to fix you. And whenever people make you feel something, it's because you allowed that feeling to even be brought up in the first place. It's because that feeling came from within, you know? And really, I think the goal, at least within this reading, is to learn how to love self so much. Ooh, I'm sorry. So you know what I do, and I love the way you move. You get the heat and the thrill. What way? Ooh, I'm sorry. My speakers are broken, so I wouldn't be able to even like play music without the headphones. With my other phone, I would be able to do that, but that is charging, and we're not doing that. I like us better when we're intertwined. My senses. Oh, God, okay. The Emperor, once again, is about self. It's about Aries, you know, taking charge. And I do feel like someone is moving heavily towards a place of self-love and self-reliance. I'm gonna take a sip of this. I ain't control of what I do, and I love the way you move. You got the heat and the thrill, and it's more than any pill. Got me running out of juice. Okay. Also, if you're still watching, thank you for being here. If you want to check out the link below, I'm going to try to put my link tree, and I'm going to put some other links for you to check out. Some of them are videos that I've watched throughout the week. Some of them are like my own creations, whatever you want to check out. What should we be expecting this upcoming week? As I'm recording, it is Sunday, Father's Day once again. Knight of Discs, King of Wands. and the Nine of Wands. I always have to count because I don't really care for Roman numerals. That's why I don't like. I have been using this deck consistently, but it's not my favorite. Like I love the imagery of the court cards and the major arcana, but the minor is just it leaves less. It leaves a little to be desired. You know. But we also have the Five of Swords. You're welcome to rebuke this. You're welcome to like deny this if you don't like this energy. But I do see a little bit of conflicting sort of energy coming for you this week. This could be in the form of like people, or it could be in the form of like situations and like happenstances. But either way, there's always other people involved because that's kind of how Earth works. So watch out for that. Okay, now the song that's playing is "Give Me What I Want" by Miley Cyrus, and for some of you, I do feel that energy a little bit. Like, give me what I want, or I'll give it to myself. That's the lyrics, you know. Pleasure leads to pain. To me, they're both the same. Bite marks like an animal. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna actually pull from this other deck. And no one likes to be alone. You might be spending a lot of time with yourself. I actually see within the cards, because most of these are like single figure imagery. Actually, all of these are single character imagery. So that might be a thing for you this week, and you might find some like issues arising. But I want you to remember, with the Nine of Cups at the top of the deck, that the best way to look at a challenge is as an opportunity to grow. You know? Like, if you're going to ask for patience, you're going to get situations that require patience. Well, I'll give it to myself. You don't have to ask. Just want my lover. So give me what I want, or I'll give it to myself. Give it to me, babe. Give it to me, babe. Give it to me and nobody else, babe. What's happening with this Five of Swords? Like, we have the Two of Wands. Instantly, with the Two of Wands, I get several different interpretations. One of the interpretations is that these conflicts arising, and I feel like I said this in a way already, but like, the conflicts arising are only happening because of your perspective and the way that you are looking at them. And that's generally what a problem is. Like, a problem is only a problem because we see it as a problem, you know? Because, like, let's say you need to use the printer, right? And the printer is malfunctioning, so it's not working. You could see that as a problem because now I can't print. But you could also see that as leisure time and the ability to, like, relax because you can't print. So, like, you have to focus on something else, you know? It's all in the way that you choose to see it. The other way that I'm interpreting this Two of Wands in relation to the Five of Swords is that these conflicts are arising because... Oh wow, that's a different interpretation. Okay. There's a decision that's wanting to be made. There's something that's wanting to be made. This could be about this person that you're like cutting out of your life. This could be about like moving to a new state or country or whatever. But I also feel like, and this might sound weird to those who it doesn't apply to, so if this isn't for you, it's not for you. But it's like your ambition is kind of part of why the conflict is there. Is because you want it so badly, but there's some things that you haven't let go of yet. There's some people, some situations, some thoughts, some beliefs that you have not let go of yet, and because you're still holding on to it, these other things are not able to flow properly. I made a TikTok earlier, and I made the example of like you're climbing up a mountain and you're collecting rocks, and because you don't let go of rocks as you're going up, you can't pick up more rocks, which is a really convoluted example, but like you can't pick up any more. You've picked up enough, so like you have to let it go, which can be very difficult. But like I said in the beginning, you are very capable. You are very, like, you don't need anyone to tell you that you're capable. It's nice to be reminded. Hello. I hope that I'm doing a good job. It's good to be reminded, but you have everything that you need within you to do all that you want. And I feel like that might be a belief that you're, like, rewiring this week. Yes, a woman like me. That was an iconic moment. If there's any Little Mix stands out there, when Nicki Minaj worked with Little, that was a moment. It was also a moment. It's not funny, but it was also a moment when Jessie, she just spit out some like feathers. When Jessie worked with oh my fucking goodness, you know what I mean. Nicki Minaj and Jessie Nelson worked together. That song it wasn't a bad song, but for it to be her first song, I was like, girl, what is going on? Because there was all this anticipation. She had just left the band, and it was like, are you not going to do like an emotional ballad or something, or like something meaningful? Instead, she was like, nope, I'm going to release a song about boys. Like, what? That was like the biggest mistake. Like, she's like, I made a couple mistakes. That was a mistake, Jessie. And now she's watching this. But wouldn't that be really interesting if somehow she was watching this? Anyways, I'm going to pull a couple more cards, and then I'm going to close this out. I'm going to say thank you for being here also, for whoever's watching. We have the 9 of Cups coming out again, the 3 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. A message that's coming through is nothing lasts forever. There's no such thing as a storm that lasts forever. All of these cards, also, by the way, have been single figure cards. And, like, I have to point that out because it's just, like, that's really big. Like, if you haven't been spending time with yourself, I would definitely recommend spending more time with yourself. Literally. Be your own first priority. Just flew out the deck. We wanna celebrate every club every day. My friends here with me. I don't need you. And you don't need him. Also, Confetti by Little Mix is playing. Specifically the version with Saweetie. Just to clarify. Also, another thing that I think is really iconic and strange is the fact that, like, they were really a foursome. Like, the group was really, like, they were really friends on some level. And Jessie was just like, okay, deuces. And then they were still friends as a threesome. But, like, a lot of their most iconic songs, Jessie was, like, at the forefront of the song. And that's crazy. Like, even on their last album, which, as an energy reader, as a psych, it's funny because the whole album reads as a breakup album. Like, the fact that they broke up during this album run is hilarious because it's, like, literally, it's a breakup album. Like, the first single, I think one of the first singles was a breakup song. And I'm like, what? How did we not see this coming? You know? But anyway. Also, another card, to reiterate the whole, like, spending time with yourself. We have Escapist. Come home to yourself. And so, Also, slow down and celebrate yourself. Literally. Literally. Make sure that you are taking the time to, like, tend to yourself and, like, fill your own cup. One of the designs that I have for, like, merch, I think it's still up. It might still be up. If you want to check out my merch shop or whatever, it literally is fill your own cup first. That's what it is. I was like, what is it? Fill your own cup first. And it's very simple design, but it's just like, it's a really important message. Like, because one thing I've learned is that as much as we want to be there for other people, as much as we want to be there for those who need it, you can't help anybody else if you can't help yourself first. We have the strength card coming out also at the top of the deck as I'm saying that. So apply that where you see it fit, and I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. If you want to watch this back, be my guest. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a nice rest of your day.